In this video, welcome back to our channel, the place where we unravel the darkest secrets and the most shocking twists of your favorite dramas. Today, we are diving deep into the tangled web of Beyond the Gates, peeling back every layer of betrayal, envy, and cold-blooded ambition. What begins as a simple announcement will spiral into one of the most chilling plots of manipulation and murder that the Dupree family has ever faced. When Vernon stood before the family with the announcement that Leslie, the woman so many had underestimated, would become the sole heir to his empire, the air in the room froze. Nicole felt her chest tighten as if the ground beneath her had shattered. Her entire life, every sacrifice, every performance of loyalty to the family name, had been driven by the belief that she was the rightful heir. She had grown up with the constant affirmation that the Dupree fortune was her destiny, her inheritance, the throne she had always been groomed to claim. Yet in a single breath, Vernon had stolen that vision away and handed it to someone she never truly considered blood, someone she deemed an outsider parading under the family banner. A storm erupted inside Nicole's mind. Rage coursed through her veins like poison. She could not hear the gasps of those around her, nor the whispers that erupted after Vernon's announcement. She saw only Leslie, radiant in her stunned disbelief, already surrounded by murmurs of congratulations. That vision burned into Nicole's eyes like a cruel joke. The family she had fought to uphold, the name she had sacrificed her life for, was slipping away into the hands of a woman she believed did not deserve it. The seed of resentment began to grow, curling its way into every corner of Nicole's thoughts, twisting, hardening, until it birthed a single, terrifying conclusion. Leslie had to disappear. But Nicole was cunning. She understood the rules of the game better than anyone. If Leslie's end came too suddenly, suspicion would turn to her. She needed a weapon, someone disposable, someone already broken enough to be manipulated into carrying out her dark intentions. That was when her thoughts turned to Randy. Randy was once tangled in the warmth of Leslie's world, a man who had fallen hard, only to be cast aside when the fragility of their bond collapsed. His heart, once full of love, was now hollowed out by bitterness. Nicole studied him like a predator sizing up prey, recognizing the raw wound that lingered beneath his hardened exterior. She knew wounds like that did not heal, they festered. And if pressed the right way, they could become dangerous. Nicole began her approach slowly. She spoke to Randy not as an enemy, but as an ally, carefully weaving threads of sympathy into her words. She painted herself as another victim of Leslie's betrayal, a woman who had been stripped of what was rightfully hers. With deliberate precision, she revealed her plan not as murder, but as a rebalancing of justice. Randy resisted at first, his hesitation born from the gravity of what she was suggesting. Yet Nicole was relentless. She offered him wealth, enough to silence his worries forever. More than that, she stroked his wounded pride, feeding the hunger for revenge that had been gnawing at him since Leslie walked away. The transformation was gradual. Randy's defenses weakened, his morality eroded by the allure of retribution and the promises of riches Nicole dangled before him. Soon, hesitation gave way to grim acceptance. He agreed, though his voice trembled with the weight of what he was about to do. Nicole, on the other hand, felt only exhilaration. For the first time since Vernon's devastating announcement, she felt control return to her fingertips. Together, they wove a plan as cruel as it was flawless. A hunting trip. The perfect stage where tragedy could be disguised as misfortune. In the isolation of the forest, where guns were meant to fire and accidents could so easily be explained, Leslie would meet her end. One bullet, framed as a mistake, would silence her forever. Nicole envisioned it clearly, the gasp of shock, the cries of those present, the chaos of disbelief. And in that chaos, she would stand calm, her hands clean, while Randy bore the weight of an act no one could trace back to her. As the day approached, Nicole's anticipation grew into something dangerous. She no longer feared discovery. Instead, she relished the image of Leslie falling, of her being erased from the family's legacy. The thought thrilled her, a sinister excitement that made her heart race not from dread but from satisfaction. She rehearsed every detail in her mind, every possible outcome, ensuring that when the moment came, nothing could unravel her scheme. The forest awaited, a silent witness to the darkness about to unfold. Randy carried the gun, his hands steady but his soul quaking under the burden of his choice. Nicole watched him closely, her eyes gleaming in the shadows, feeding off the tension that coiled tighter with every passing second. She had become intoxicated by the danger, savoring the sensation of power that came from orchestrating fate itself. Every step of the plan was in motion. All that remained was the pull of a trigger, the split-second event that would shatter Leslie's life and secure Nicole's dominion over the Dupree empire. The storm inside Nicole had reached its peak, no longer the quiet resentment of a woman betrayed, but the triumphant roar of someone ready to destroy everything in her path to reclaim what she believed was hers. The family believed the announcement was the climax, but in truth, it was only the spark. What Nicole had set in motion was a descent into a far darker realm, where love was poisoned by greed, loyalty was twisted into betrayal, and the bonds of family were shattered by envy sharp enough to kill. And as the first shot echoed in the distance, the gates of the Dupree world creaked open to a future drenched in blood, lies, and secrets too dangerous to remain hidden. Follow and subscribe to our channel.